back to another training series. This is the plugin training series, and I've got a nice great plugin here for you called OWA, or Open Web Analytics. Very nice plugin for both SEO and tracking your own web analytics if you want to track your own, not depend on other people. Also, you can use it for comparing against other tracking programs. So what we've got here first, of course, is you're in your WordPress website, you're logged in, and then what we need to do is this plugin is not available in the repository. You have to go download it, and you can go download it at the Open Web Analytics website, which is openwebanalytics.com. And they have an instant, when you download their package, all you do is upload it to WordPress as if it's a regular plugin. And they've got nice instructions for doing that. If you run into any troubles, feel free to give me a call. I'll be happy to help you out. So anyway, I'm going to upload it from my own local site because I've already previously downloaded this plugin. So of course we just go the usual way of installing a plugin for WordPress. You just go to Add New, click on the Upload feature, and then go find it. Once you find your plugin, you get it installed in there, and then you just simply do like every other one. Click Install Now. Takes its usual, 30 seconds to a minute, whichever it's going to do. And it's installed, and then simply activate. Now once activated, you have to go configure this plugin. And it does have a few configuration settings, nothing significant. So you just go down to Settings, OWA, click on that. It brings you right up to the configuration menu. And the configuration menu has a start for a couple buttons across the top: Reporting, Administration, Help, and Report a Bug. And so you can get your information you need right in here from all of this different stuff. So we're going to start by setting the general configuration options. And that's these right here. We can double check the administration to make sure we're on the right page, because I've seen it glitch out from time to time. So we'll go down through the settings here. First, resolve host names. This is going to determine whether it's going to take a raw IP address and turn it into a host name if it can. A good idea. Log requests from feed readers. This is a good idea. Log requests from known robots. This is not the best idea. Turn it off unless you have a very specific reason for tracking robots, because robots can fill up your log very fast, and the information is not always useful. Log requests from named users. This, if you have a website that has members and you want to see what the members are up to, then you would log the requests. If you do not have a member site and it's only you, there's really no point in logging your requests from named user. So keep that in mind. This one here is exclude IP addresses, and this one here you'd find out what your IP address is, and then you would exclude it right out. Anonymize IP addresses. You can take the data and anonymize it if you'd like. This is a matter of judgment and choice, mainly because of all of the activities around privacy rights. It's some countries it has to be anonymized, some countries it doesn't, so it's your choice. You can leave it off or on. Fetch referring page info. This here tells, like, if they come from google.com or websites, joeshouse.ca or something, this allows their hit to be tracked back to where they came from, so you can find out what they've been up to. Now, delaying the first hit, this one here you should probably try turning it on, because what it does is delays logging of the first hit until a secondary request is made, and that secondary request is only made by human run browsers. So you might want to try that if you're getting a lot of unusual traffic that you can't figure out. Now this one here is actually kind of cool. Log DOM streams. Now what this does is this tracks, it runs a tracking program so you can track what someone is doing on your website and follow their track down through the pages, where they scroll, how long they scroll through, where they mouse over. It also produces heat maps, and they're not eye maps but mouse heat maps, so you can see where people click on your website. So this plugin has some really nice features in it. You can also set your privacy policy here, a little P3P compact privacy policy, and it tells you more about that here. URL parameters. These are specific URL parameters that they should ignore when processing requests. This is avoid duplicates and other miscellaneous. This is for specific settings. Visitor announcements, chances are, unless you have a very slow website, you don't need an email every time someone arrives at your website. So I would leave that turned off unless you have a reason for it. Geolocation, this is going to check to see where they're located on the globe. So leave that turned on. Feed tracking, this is for tracking the feeds that people come from for RSS readers and Atom feed readers, so you can find out what visitors are coming through there. This is the event log file directory. If you don't like that, change it to something else. Cache control, this here, once you've got yourself set up, every once in a while, it's not a bad idea to flush the cache. So click the update configuration, and it saves that. And we missed one thing at the bottom real quick. Time zone. It defaults to LA, so if you don't like LA, set it to whatever time zone you think is useful. Okay. The next item here over here in the column is the user management. And user management allows you to add additional users to this, and they can only log into the OWA information. And you can add a new user by giving them a username, their real name, what their role would be, an analyst, a viewer, or anyone, their email address, and then save. And then it'll send out information so where they can come to your website and log in and check out the OWA stats that are running here. So it's a nice, useful way if you need to let a client in to see what their stats are, but you don't need them in the back end, or any number of things. Now, it's also got an additional bonus here of track sites. So what you can do is you can set this up on one server or one website, and you can add additional sites to your roster. So you can set up as many websites as you want using all default information. Kind of useful if you want to do it that way, or you can put this plugin individually on different sites. And you would just take the code from it and insert it similar to the way you insert code for Google Analytics. You would just go get tracking code, and it pops up the tracking code here. And you just dump that tracking code in. So that's the track sites. It's got what else does it got here? Oh, this is where you come view your reports, and you can set up goals and other information. We're going to back out of there for half a moment because we got one more thing to set up here, and it's called modules. And this allows you to set up a couple of additional modules. You want to activate the Maximind GeoIP. This allows it to do the GeoIP lookups. And the Hello World sample module, from what I can gather, it's a way for you to learn how to build a module similar to the way we have the Hello Dolly plugin in WordPress that shows up every. So if you're a coder, get in there, figure out how Hello World works, and set yourself up some configurations for it. Now, that is the setup of this. Now we can go over to the reporting page, and under reporting you can see in the amount of time it's taken me to set this up and install this. We've had one visit to the website with 2 page views, and that is not me because I added my IP address to stop tracking, which was kind of nice. So we'll go take a look real briefly at the reports. And we'll see what it was. Visitor report. Here's the visitor. They came in on the Safari browser, looked at 2 pages. We can take a look at their visitor detail. And we don't have anything for that, so we can go to the visit detail. They came in, looked at the front page, looked at the front page again, and then they left. Don't expect much. This is just a demo site, even though it is live to the world, so it does get random stuff or random people stopping by. So at any rate, though, we'll go see what the DOM stream produces for it. We can go over to the DOM streams, and we have no DOM stream for this. So I will have to pop over to my live site and get some information. Be right back. Okay, so here we have a live look at my live site for latest DOM streams, so you can get an idea on what they do for you. Latest DOM streams show you date they came in, the URL they were on, and how much time they spent on that page. So this page here was done yesterday, late afternoon, and they were on my podcast page, and they spent 1 minute and 54 seconds there. So let's go take a look at what they did. You can click on play, and what that does is that then loads a page. Okay, so once the page is loaded, then what you can do is you can hit play. It's a little player up in the top right corner. It's orange. You can barely see it here. We'll point it out real quickly with a nice little red arrow. And if you hit play on it, what it does is it follows the mouse movements. Watch the gray mouse that's bouncing around the page. Now see them start to scroll down the page, and you can see where they stop, what they click on, what they highlight with their mouse. This sort of gives you an idea on where people are going and what they're doing on your website. And it helps you to learn to set headlines or tracking or fix your content so that it's more readable. So this is a nice piece of information to learn while you're going through. It'll help you determine how to deal with all this. So that's how you can use that part. So as you can see, there's numerous different ways you can use this program. And it has numerous different ways of tracking all user information. You got visitor loyalty, visitor recency. It just allows some very extensive tracking. It's like having your own personal version of Google Analytics on your website. That gives a little bit more information that you might be able to use than just Google Analytics does. So anyway, check it out. It's a very great plugin. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my show, and if we can be of any service to you, you just contact me at johnoverall.com. Thank you very much.